an hour ago, but today I said I need some more food in me. I need to get another meal in because this workout's going to take it out of us. That's right, we're doing chest today. Finish off with a little BFR on triceps. So I think you guys are really going to like this workout. And let's be honest, man, hitting some beach muscles on a Friday before you guys head out for whatever it is that you're going to do on the weekend. This is a good workout for you. So today we're utilizing some rest pause sets on all of our chest exercises for the most part. Rest pause sets are a lot of fun. They allow you to get a ton of work done in a short period of time, and we are all about that life because I told these guys, I said, today I got to do cardio after this, which means I need to save some time for that. So we're warmed up, ready to go. Get a lot of questions about warm up on chest. And for warm up for chest, I like to grab a PVC pipe. Most gyms have these. And just do some pass-throughs, okay? So some pass-throughs are a great way to get the chest, shoulder joints warmed up before diving into chest. So we did some pass-throughs. We warmed up with some lighter weights. And now we're going to get started with some flat dumbbell press. 3 sets here. First set's 12 reps, and then set 2 and 3, we're gonna do rest pause sets. So I'll explain those a little more. We got 110 pounds out here. Have no idea if that's the right weight or not, but we're gonna get rowdy with it. So let's do this thing. Set 1, chest day, best day. We're about to blow this thing up, guys. 12 reps, let's get kicking. That first set, it always feels a little rusty, but a little good at the same time.
So question for you two, what's the difference between gainers and protein, like whey protein?
What is the difference between gainers and protein? Good question. I think a lot of questions lately about gainers. Must have a lot of people interested in getting jacked. Main difference usually between like a gainer and your typical whey protein is your gainers are gonna have some carbohydrates and some fats in them typically as well. So, you know, whey protein is kind of intended to be as lean as possible, meaning that you're gonna get a lot of protein for a very few amount of calories, whereas a gainer, a lot of protein with a lot of calories as well. So gainers work well for somebody who is having trouble getting all their calories in through food alone. So we try and get it through food. If we have trouble with that, we throw a gainer in as well. One took it out of me, guys. So rest pause, sets 2 and 3. We're gonna aim for 12 reps. We're gonna stop the set for about 10 seconds and pop the weight back up and go to failure. Probably 3 to 5 reps on that rest pause. But what that does is that allows us to dig really deep into that muscle tissue, more so than we would with just a single set. Here we go. Rest pause, 12 reps. We're just gonna stop, bring the weight down, and then get right after it again after about 10 seconds. Yep. Here we go. Lightweight, baby. One rep short. Hopefully you guys have a spot. We don't get a spot here. And then right away, we're gonna try and go to failure. So it is totally different feeling than your traditional set where we would just go to failure, hit failure, rest pause, go again.
Question from Facebook. What is the benefit of a rest pause set?
So the benefit of a rest pause set, you take a look at how much recruitment you get from your muscle fibers during a set. So Normal set, you're gonna work to failure, 12 reps. Let's just say, for example, you recruit 60% of your muscle. And then you start recovering when you start resting. When you do the rest pause, it forces you to go out and recover or recruit more muscle. So maybe you're gonna get up to 80%, which means more muscle mass when it comes to recovery. Barbell or dumbbell bench, I switch off. You should too. I don't know that I have a preference one over the other. They both have their place and their benefits. So with this, good exercise to have a spotter on if you can. Try and go to failure. Again, about 10-second break and go again.
How deep do you let your arms down when you perform this movement?
You want to go to at least parallel to the ground. You can go a little lower. There's not a ton of benefit to going much lower than parallel or that 90-degree mark, but at least there would be my recommendation. Now you see, I probably should go down to 100s, but those weights are all the way over there, and that's gonna take way too much work. So we're gonna go with 110s again. We may not get 12 reps, that's okay. But the idea here is that we're gonna push to failure, we're gonna take a short break, we're gonna go to failure again. Typically, guys, for something like this, you're gonna get about 3 reps out on that rest pause set, and those are tough reps. Again, if you got a spotter, utilize a spotter. Here we go. Time to get jacked. Come on. Definitely takes a little more out of you when it comes to this third set. Short rest, about 10 seconds max. Slightly let the muscle recover and right back to failure. I'm gonna do a negative, try and get a little more out of this. Guys, rest pause, give that one a try. We're only doing 3 sets where normally we might do 4 or 5 sets, but because we threw in the rest pause, digging a little deeper, we don't need quite as many sets there.
From YouTube, is there a big difference between training in the morning and training at night?
No, I mean, big difference between training in the morning and training at night. Train when it works best for you. Me personally, food and hydration are really big. I wanna make sure I have enough time to get about a gallon of water in me before I train and at least a couple meals. That works best for me, but you may be different.
What are you drinking in between sets?
In between sets, I got Amino Pro. We're going today with Fruit Punch Amino Pro, 2 scoops. Give me 5 grams of BCAAs along with some electrolytes in there as well. So, link in the chat if you guys want to check it out. I think we even got a discount going on it right now. So, we're gonna move on next to an incline press. We're gonna do an incline machine press. We're gonna do 3 sets of 15 reps with a rest pause on sets 2 and 3. Let's do it. So whatever your machine has for incline works. I'm gonna use this hoist machine here. It's a great machine. If you just have, I prefer plate loaded. So if you can find something plate loaded in your gym, that would be ideal.
What should they do if their wrists hurt when they use dumbbells?
So if your wrist hurts when you're using dumbbells, maybe try some wrist wraps, especially when you're pushing heavy weight. It can provide you a little extra support, and it can be a good tool for you while doing that. But play around with your hand position as well. Some people, you know, they'll let their wrist bend back too far, which could cause your wrist to hurt. So, all right, 15 controlled reps here, and then we'll do rest pause on sets 2 and 3. So primarily focusing on flat chest for our dumbbell press, and now we're moving on, or middle of the chest rather, and now we're moving on to incline press. Okay, we got links to the wrist wraps in the chat.
Question from Facebook. Do you recommend to use the chest and tricep machine, or is it best to do free weights?
So is it better to use free weights or chest tricep machines? I like a combination of both. I mean, in general, if you're a beginner, you want to work mostly on free weights, but guys, with how good machines are now, there's tons of machines that can bring an insane amount of benefit to you.
So I've heard you mention fish oil. How does that help in your lifting?
So fish oil is a really, really important supplement, probably one of my top 3 supplements that everybody should be taking. It's going to benefit you in a number of different ways. Those essential fatty acids, you know, most people are not getting through food unless you're eating 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. It's going to really help your joints, and it's also really good for heart health. So especially if people have pain in their joints, I always recommend doubling up on fish oil as a first precautionary effort. Okay, here we go. Set 2, we're aiming for 15 reps. Rest, pause. Let's blow it up. Give it a rest, 5-10 seconds. Again, not long. Watch the clock. We got a digital clock here. Keeping an eye on it. Right back into it. 3 to 5 reps. Man, you'll feel yourself digging deeper, recruiting more muscle than you normally do on a regular set when you do something like this. Yeah, traditional incline bench works just fine here. If you have variety, use variety occasionally, but that works just fine.
Question from Facebook. How do you help front delt rotator cuff pain when doing chest and shoulder training?
So if you have like front delt, rotator cuff pain, first of all, those are 2 different things. Your rotator cuff's not gonna necessarily be on that anterior or front part of the body, but if you have pain there, start with a good warm up like the PVC pass-throughs. Foam roll your delt and your chest. A lot of people neglect that when it comes to foam rolling. Good stretching there as well. And then play around with hand position. A lot of shoulder pain can be alleviated by taking like a hammer grip, which we'll do next, or just adjusting that hand position slightly.
So for Facebook, do you have any recommendations for a post-workout shake?
Post-workout shake, absolutely. So I do Diametize ISO 100. Peanut butter is where it's at right now. I do a scoop and a half of that, and depending on the day, I'll mix that in with like some cream of rice or maybe with a banana, and to get some fast-acting carbs as well. Always do about 5 grams of glutamine with about 7 grams of creatine monohydrate as well. Links going in the chat. Seriously, guys, that peanut butter is ridiculous. So if you're a peanut butter whore like me, that's where it's at. Okay, 15. Rest, pause, let's go. Not even close to the 15 there, but that's okay. I'm feeling a different level of fatigue with these rest pause sets I normally feel. Let's go. Guys, it hits you, and it hits you hard and fast. Especially if you're short on time for a day of training, try rest pause. Not good to do every single time you train, but great for a little variety.
You mentioned creatine monohydrate. What is the benefit of creatine?
Creatine has a ton of benefits. Guys, when you look at muscle building supplements that are actually studied and backed with legit scientific research over long periods of time, you'd be a fool not to include creatine monohydrate in your muscle building routine. Most people about 5 to 10 grams a day. Now I say monohydrate because, you know, there's a lot of forms of creatine, but that's the only one that's been studied time and time and time again and proven effective. Okay, we're moving on next to hammer press. Hammer press can be anything close grip. So that's where we're gonna rotate our elbows in and we're gonna press straight forward with this. And same rep scheme here, 15 reps for 3 sets, rest pause on sets 2 and 3. We're cruising through this workout, but we're doing a lot of damage at the same time. Okay, so same thing here, 3 sets, 15 reps. Let's get to it. And I'm trying to focus mid chest here, really bring in that inner chest with a good squeeze. A little too heavy. You're gonna fatigue faster with something like this, so we're gonna drop it down for the next set.
Do you cycle creatine or lay off on rest days?
So creatine, you don't lay off on rest days. When you're taking creatine, you wanna take it every day because creatine is one of those things, it accumulates in your bloodstream long term. So it's not an acute response like caffeine where you take it and you get the benefit of it that day. I recommend taking creatine year round, maybe a couple weeks off here and there, but there's really no downside to staying on creatine all the time. How do you make your trap? I don't know, are they looking pretty big today? No, traps, guys, I don't ever do trap exercise, like isolate my traps. I do a lot of deadlifting, okay? Every week I deadlift. And to me, when people say, what do you do for your traps? I say deadlift. Lift heavy things up off the floor, your traps will grow. Okay, set 2. Not a lot of weight, but man, we're feeling it. Short break, hop right back into this here. Chest is pumped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Man, take time in between sets. Flex your chest. Try and get that blood flow in there. You'll feel shoulders. You'll feel chest really, really start to get full at this point in time.
Question from Facebook. When I dumbbell bench press, I feel it a lot in my side delts. Then when I pull my shoulders back, I don't feel it in my chest. Any tips?
Yeah, so if you're doing dumbbell press and you're feeling it a lot in your delts, bring your shoulder blades together and down and bring your elbows in a little bit. I see a lot of people doing presses out here. That puts a lot of stress on the shoulders. Keep your elbows tucked at a 45-degree angle when you're doing chest press to keep tension off the delts and on the chest. Stay hydrated on these rest pause days too. You're asking a lot out of your muscles. You're gonna use a lot of water. Stay hydrated. We'll go through at least 28 ounces during this workout here. Third set, 15 reps. Feeling a little weak, but the pump is hitting me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 12, 30, 40, 50. Whew. Barely getting 15 reps out there with what feels like not a lot of weight. Quick pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoo! There you have it, guys. We're already 3 sets in, 3 exercises in, and we haven't used up much time. We're gonna move to a cable fly next, right over here, and start working some more of that inner chest. So we're hitting all different angles, and by angles I mean we're changing the angle of the bench. We're also changing our hand or arm position, and so we can make sure that we're targeting all areas of the chest. And right now, we're just feeling like we got a great pump. Shoulders feel good, chest feels good. We're gonna continue to squeeze that, get a lot more blood flow in the chest here during these flies.
YouTube wants to know, how often do you have a cheat meal and what do you eat?
How often do I have a cheat meal? You know, guys, right now I'm cutting, so it's like once every 3 weeks, maybe. It just kind of depends, you know. I use a cheat meal when I feel like my body needs one, when I feel like it's truly gonna benefit me. When I'm not dieting, I cheat probably twice a week, and I feel like that's a good spot for me. Not everybody can do that, but for me, that's what seems to make the most sense. Okay, we're gonna do a little different type of fly here. And so really gonna try and bring in that definition in that inner chest and show you guys how to get the most out of these flies. So we're gonna take a little different approach, handleless here. We're gonna take a step out, 15, bend the elbows slightly, and then as you come together, push the biceps together. Or and then here, we're gonna superset this with a close grip press. So no rest pause sets here. And if you've got a bench, just hop on the end of a bench here, and you're gonna go to failure for close grip press. Squeeze the chest, push the biceps together at the top. This is silly, the pump that you guys are gonna get from this workout. Again, take time in between sets, flex, even if you're not a bodybuilder, flex, force that blood into the muscle.
Is it possible to do BFR for chest?
Yeah, you can do BFR for chest. I never have. You do BFR for anything. The straps go on the same place, right below the deltoid. I don't see a ton of benefit to it for chest, more so for biceps, triceps. Good questions though, guys. Now you'll notice when I'm doing these flies, this is not, it's a lightweight. We're doing 40 pounds. Control is everything when it comes to flies. Okay, we're gonna do a little momentum and a little butt lift during our heavy chest press, but for these, the flies, keep it really controlled. And try this little different grip. It makes a big difference. Okay, 15 reps. Again, we're not using a handle. We're grabbing the actual end of the cable itself. Lightweight. Elbows start bent, push the biceps together. That's the cue. You'll feel the breasts squeeze. God. No rocking here. Oh, 15 took a lot. I mean, if we were to time that, a lot of time under tension there. Right into close grip press. Definitely hitting failure there, and that is the point. Get failure in on here, take time between sets. Again, flex, drive blood into the muscle. That's an important part of this.
Basically wants to know, what is a good pre-workout?
Good pre-workout, the best, well, there's good pre-workouts, then there's great pre-workouts. Honestly, guys, a lot of it, truth is, depends on the individual, but you know, the best pre-workout, in my humble opinion, is the diamondized pre-workout. And you know, you try and look for ingredients that are backed by science, that are at an efficacious dose, and that is a great pre-workout. Diamondized pre-workout is one I definitely recommend. But you know, try some out, guys. See what works for you. You know, sometimes people are looking for a ton of energy. Sometimes people just want the pump. You know, the diamondized pre has a lot of caffeine, teocrine, but it's also got some pump stimulating ingredients as well. Sometimes people want less caffeine. It all depends on the person. It really, truly does. Okay. One more question. What's up?
What ingredients are in a good pre-workout?
Ingredients in a good pre-workout. Again, it depends on what you guys want. If you're looking for energy, obviously caffeine. Caffeine is, I mean, so beneficial in so many ways. So I look for about 300 milligrams of caffeine. Citrulline malate's another really important ingredient. Sometimes like an inositol stabilized arginine is very good for pump as well. Those are some of the main ingredients you look for. Beta alanine, absolutely, but look for the right dose. I like 3.2 as kind of a baseline for my beta alanine. Those would be my main ingredients. Okay, guys, third set. Chest is feeling silly pumped. Three, four, five, eight, 9, done there. Let's finish off failure on the close grip press here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's time to chest is toast. But we're gonna move on to dips on a machine, kind of polish off our lower chest and start moving into triceps. We're gonna do dips on the machine, and then we're gonna move on to some BFR for triceps. That'll be a lot of fun.
Jonathan on Facebook wants to know, do you have any tips on making form easier when using a heavy weight for dumbbell press? I find it hard to lift them up to the proper position.
It's tough to get heavy dumbbells to the proper position. Honestly, it took me like years to find a method that I was comfortable doing by myself. So the easiest way to get heavy dumbbells up on a dumbbell press, have a partner. have somebody there that can help you and that you feel comfortable spotting you, because it is tough getting those to the right position. Okay, so most gyms are gonna have some kind of dip machine. We're gonna follow our rest pause protocol on this guy for 3 sets of 15. Honestly, one of the best chest pumps I've had in a long time, guys. I don't like hybrid protein shakes, as you put it. Blends, I don't see a lot of benefit for blend shakes. There is some research that a combination of whey and casein following a workout may be a little more beneficial than whey alone. But as far as like concentrates, it works well if you're on a budget. You know, you look for a blend, you know, maybe a whey isolate, concentrate, casein mix. But if you can afford it, I think you're better off going with a strict whey isolate.
Do you have any tips for staying dry throughout the year, like cutting water?
Staying dry throughout the year or cutting water, I don't think you want to, honestly. Like, I don't think you want to stay, I mean, eat well, but if you have major issues with water retention, I think there's probably a deeper underlying issue there. I wouldn't be making strict attempts to stay quote unquote dry. First of all, to be dry, you have to be super lean, and I don't recommend anybody stay that lean year round. Okay, 15 reps. So no rest pause on the first set. Feels good just to get a chest stretch in there too, with how swole our chest is feeling right now.
Is it necessary to cycle off of citrulline malate? I feel like my brain isn't registering to get a pump anymore.
Is it necessary to cycle off of citrulline malate because you feel like your brain isn't registering anymore? I can't speak to your brain and what it may or may not be doing, but there isn't any benefit to cycling off of citrulline. Like, I mean, here's the deal, guys. Yeah, take a couple weeks a year and just cycle off of all your supplements. Seriously, it's a good idea, but there's no scientific benefit to cycling off of citrulline malate so you can get back on.
What's the best time to weigh yourself during the day?
Best time to weigh yourself first thing in the morning, guys. Wake up, go number 2 and number 1 if you have to, and go get on the scale naked, just to be as blunt as possible.
Twitch wants to know, are you able to touch your left shoulder with your right knee?
Am I able to touch my left shoulder with my right? Yes, I am. I mean, I'd like to lie and say that I had such a big chest that I couldn't do that, but I'd also be kind of sad if I couldn't do that. Yeah, I can do that. All right, here we go. Rest pause. Quick break. Fell a little short of our 15 rep goal there. Right back into it. Whew, not the cleanest looking reps, which is why we are going right down. Drop our weight.
What is a good supplement to take before bed?
Good supplement before bed. That's a great question. I mean, you think of when recovery happens, it happens when you sleep. The best supplements to take before, I've got a stack I do every night. And the stack I like to do before I go to bed is GABA, okay? I do about 2 grams of GABA. I do 5 grams of glutamine, and I will do some ZMA as well. I do that just about 20 minutes prior to eating my last meal of the night, and helps me relax and zonk out. But it didn't work so well last night. I didn't sleep so well last night, but majority of the time, that's a good stack. GABA, ZMA, and glutamine. Third set, let's do this, guys. We're getting a lot of work done in a short period of time. Unlucky for me, I might have time to do cardio today. Short break. We're right into our last set here. Whew. And even the triceps, after one exercise with rest pause, starting to feel pretty toasty.
Did we rent out this entire gym?
No, we didn't rent out this entire gym. We just come and lift at a really good time. So this is at the BB.com corporate headquarters. So everybody's working. It's weird, right? People like actually have to work here too. And so we get a lift by ourselves. Lucky us. Okay, guys, it's time for that BFR. So we're gonna go cables for triceps, blood flow restriction training. I'm gonna try and make sure I got an appropriate weight here, probably about half of what you normally do. So I've showed you guys this before if you've tuned in. These are $5 on eBay. They're just medical turn kits, and that's where I get mine from. I know there's really fancy BFR straps. These seem to do the trick for me. So I'm gonna put these up right below my deltoid. I'm not gonna tighten them quite yet. Protocol here, I'm gonna go 30 reps, take a 30-second break, and do 3 sets of 15 reps with a 30-second break in between. That'll be cluster set number 1. Take about a 1-minute break, and we'll do it all over again.
What's the benefit of BFR?
Benefit of BFR is we're able to get a lot of work done in a short period of time. So basically you get a similar amount of work done in a shorter period of time with less load. So if you have like shoulder or elbow issues, it can be a great option for you.
What increases gains more, BFR or your headband?
That's tough. What increases gains more, BFR or my headband? I will tell you this, the combo of the two is just stupid gains. I can't say which one produces more, but the combo of the two is awesome. All right, 30 reps to start. Feels light at first, it'll get heavy. 8, 9, 30-second break. Watch the clock.
So Twitch, Ronan asks, I think I developed tendonitis in my left arm, making pushing exercises really tough. What's the best thing to do? Wraps, straps?
Tendonitis is tough. You got tendonitis, what's the best thing to do? Wraps, there are some wraps that can be super helpful for that. And then just adjust your positioning on your presses. Try and bring it in a little bit, but that's tough. Tendons don't get a lot of blood flow, so it takes a lot of time to recover. Here we go, 15. 30 seconds. Do another set of 15. Start just feeling a lot of blood flow. Starts getting pretty uncomfortable here. They're not super tight. You want to tighten them to about discomfort level 7, if I had to put a number on it, and but not super tight. But it'll get uncomfortable, no doubt about it.
Is it okay to train chest and shoulders on the same day?
Yeah, you could train chest and shoulders in the same day. Sometimes it's a good idea. Let's say, like for me, my delts take over a lot on my pressing movements. So if I train delts first, I can pre-exhaust that muscle group, maybe get a little more stimulus out of my chest. Okay, here we go, 15. 9, 30 seconds, one more set. Arms are feeling crazy pumped.
Question from Facebook, what is the best pre-workout food option?
Best pre-workout food option. I actually put one on my story today on Instagram at TrainerMike1. 5.5 ounces of chicken, 160 grams of jasmine rice, and a few spears of asparagus is my perfect pre-workout meal. Super easy to digest, simple carbs, good amount of protein in there as well, low fat.
What is not a good pre-workout meal?
Not a good pre-workout. High fat, high fiber. Okay, like don't go to a Mexican joint and get a big old burrito before a workout. Bad idea. Here we go. We're gonna loosen these guys up, take a quick break, again about a minute, but right now the arms, guys, just feeling crazy, crazy pumped. I mean, you know it's a good pump when you start like losing definition in your arms. There's just so much blood flow, I can hardly flex them right now. And that's good when it comes to producing some gains. So a little break before we hop into our second cluster, same thing. Hope you guys try this. Again, hop on eBay, Amazon, search medical turn kits. I find that's the best route to go for these. Yeah, so all you can afford is whey. Are you still able to see results? Absolutely, guys. Supplements, they just make life easier. They make life more convenient. They make life easier. If all you can afford is whey, you're probably on the right track just getting whey. And then you just have to, it takes more time, more preparation. Make sure you have the right amount of food ready at the right times, maximizing your micro and macronutrients, but you can do it. Okay, here we go, last cluster. Same thing, 30. Let's go. Oh, it starts feeling real heavy. Not a lot of weight there. Feeling really heavy. 30 seconds.
For beginners, what's a good average time to stay at the gym?
If you're a beginner, good average time at the gym, 60 minutes.
Does working your obliques give you a bigger waistline?
No, I don't think working your obliques is going to give you a bigger waistline. A lot of people get real concerned with that. Honestly, I don't think it's a problem. So I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, 15. The second cluster is where it starts getting real. Milk, I don't drink milk. I don't know, I think if you're over the age of 10, there's probably not a whole lot of purpose for milk, but I mean, you can get just all the same qualities, benefits of milk and a high quality protein powder without all the lactose, without all the fat. I don't see the point in it. But if you do drink milk, try Fairlife. That's a good brand of milk, really good quality. Okay, 15. Oh, 30-second break, one more set and we're done.
You mentioned water intake being important. What is your water intake like, and for somebody looking to build muscle?
My water intake's about 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons a day. I recommend at a minimum 1 ounce for every other pound of body weight. So for example, I weigh 220 pounds. That's at least 110 ounces of water a day. That's a good baseline to start with. Make sure your pee is always clear and make sure you're peeing often. Not too often, you know, but pee color is a really good indicator of hydration.
What's your recommended version of creatine?
I like creatine monohydrate, okay? That is your most studied form of creatine. And contrary to belief, it doesn't make you super bloated or cause a ton of unnecessary water retention. There it is, guys. That's it. Chest, triceps, a little BFR at the end there. Go give that workout a try this weekend. Blow it up before you hit the club or the beach or wherever the heck it is that you're going. You guys have questions for me, check me out on Instagram at TrainerMike1, Body Space at Mr. Symmetry. Go on, like my Facebook page at Trainer Mike Physique. We are checking out. Chest and triceps are toast.